In this video, we are going to learn about oxidation and effects of oxidation reactions in daily life. Now, first let us start discussing about oxidation. Oxidation means addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. This is known as oxidation. Now let us see the effects of oxidation reactions in daily life. The first one is rusting. All of us have seen rusting formation on iron, right? Of iron and fruits. What is this? I have written on fruits also, you might be thinking. Now let us discuss on this. Rusting of iron means you have seen brown color scales forming on iron. So you know that it is rusting of iron. But what about fruits? If you leave an apple after cutting it for some time, you will get brown color. Not only apple, you can see potatoes, pears, banana, etc. All these on leaving for air, you will get a brown color. That is called rusting of fruits. What is happening here? Do you know the reason for color change? This is because of oxidation process. How is oxidation coming into picture? Apples, potatoes, bananas, all these contain an enzyme called its name is polyphenol oxidase, or you can simply say tyrosinase. This polyphenol oxidase which reacts. For example, if you have taken an apple, okay, you have cut a small portion of it. So, this small portion is exposed to air. Air contains oxygen and moisture. So, in presence of moisture, oxygen in air reacts with the enzyme called polyphenol oxidase and forms a brown layer wherever it is exposed to air. This is called rusting of fruits. And now let us see rusting of iron or brown scales forming on iron. Browning of iron when left for some time in moist air. Maybe it may take few weeks or few months, but it forms rust on the iron. All of us have seen this, right? In this process, iron in the presence of moisture is reacting with oxygen in air to form what? Iron oxides. So, iron which is present is reacting with oxygen in presence of moisture to form iron oxides. These iron oxides which are present in rust are complicated materials as they will be hydrates of ferrous and ferric oxide. What is ferrous? What is ferric means? If you take Fe2O3, it is ferric oxide, and if you take FeO, it is ferrous oxide. Ferrous ferric and hydrates of these. So these are all mixed to form iron oxides which form rust. Let us see corrosion or tarnishing. First we have seen rusting. Now let us see corrosion or tarnishing. When some articles or metals are exposed to moisture or acids, they lose their luster. This is called as tarnishing. For example, silver articles. If silver is left for a long time outside, for example more than 3 to 4 days like that, what happens? It becomes black in color, it loses its shine. That is known as tarnishing. Now let us see what is corrosion and tarnishing. Losing of luster is tarnishing. Losing of luster is tarnishing. This is due to the formation of oxides. Oxides of those particular metals are formed, and due to the oxidation process, it loses its luster. This process, that means losing luster, is tarnishing, and the way in which the silver or any metal get tarnished is called corrosion. That means process in which metals lose their luster is called corrosion. So you should understand that tarnishing and corrosion is not the same. Though I have written or here, that means these metals are undergoing change. I have written either you can indicate it as tarnishing or it is corrosion, you can write, but both of them are not the same. Corrosion is the process in which the tarnishing is going off or tarnishing is being done. Luster is being lost, which is known as tarnishing. The process in which it is being lost is called corrosion. So I hope you understood the difference between corrosion and tarnishing. Now let us see examples of this. If you see, I have already quoted silver. How it turns? It turns black. And another example you can take is copper. Copper vessels, if you leave them outside, greenish black coating, greenish or greenish black coating is observed on copper. These both are due to the corrosion taking place on silver and copper surfaces. So, they lose luster and get tarnished. So, first point is you have to remember is corrosion is oxidative deterioration of metals. This is deterioration of metals. See here, this is getting oxidized, this is also getting oxidized, but it is getting deteriorated in its quality. So, this is called as oxidative deterioration of metals. Second thing is corrosion prevention. How to prevent corrosion? Corrosion can be prevented either by painting, oiling, greasing, galvanizing, or by making alloys. Now let us see one by one. Why are we doing all these? To protect the metals from corrosion. Why are we required to prevent from corrosion? The material quality gets deteriorated and the functioning of that metal will not be possible properly. So, we have to protect our metals from getting deteriorated due to oxidation. So, first one is painting. We all know how we paint the vessels or utensils. Okay. Next is oil. Where do we paint? For example, tubes and all, if we have any leaks or any corrosion, if you find, they are painted to avoid increase of corrosion. Next, oiling. Oil will form a layer on the metals and prevent it from reacting with atmosphere. Greasing also the same way. Now let us see what is galvanization. Galvanization means forming a zinc layer. Zinc layer is coated. The process is called galvanization. Zinc layer is given on the metals which easily deteriorate. Zinc will not react at room temperatures or in presence of moisture with oxygen. So, zinc is given as a coating to these metals which are reactive to oxygen in presence of moisture at room temperatures. This is known as galvanizing. Then alloys. Alloys means mixing two or more. That means more than two metals, non-metals are combined to give a alloy. For example, if you take steel, steel is a mixture of, it is an iron vessel only, but it contains iron, carbon, nickel and chromium. So, all these are mixed in fixed quantities. Iron is more in content. These are mixed in a fixed proportion to give alloy steel. In the same way, bronze and brass are also formed as alloys. These are also alloys. What is the use of forming an alloy? Alloy gives desirable characters. What are the desired characters for any metal? What do we desire? We desire the quality to be light in weight. It should be hard and the strength of our known quality. We want strength, hardness and lightweight and durability. All these qualities are obtained by changing the compositions of the added metals which are present. So, the use of alloys is this. So, galvanizing and alloy formation are two ways in which we can stop oxidative deterioration of the metals. In the next video, we will be learning more about chemical reactions and equations.